So this question is there in front of everyone. Is this grand old party moving towards extinction, or is there any hope still left? There's a lot of questions that's there in people's mind, like some of them. Who's running the party, Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi? Is Rahul Gandhi actually serious about politics in India? What's the role of Priyanka Gandhi? Because after Rahul and Sonia, people look towards Priyanka. So what's her role? Is Rahul Gandhi capable of pulling it off for the Congress party? Should the Congress look beyond the Gandhis? Now that's a very pertinent question to ask, because it appears things are not under control of the Gandhis, and actually things are not working the way the party intended to under Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. What it started with was perfect, but today it appears to be in a mess. And last, will the Congress be able to be a party to reckon with, a force to reckon with, or will the obituary of this party be written very soon? Now, we can all speculate, but we will never know what exactly is the situation in the party. It can be said or explained by only someone who is there in the system, who has seen it all and done it all. Today, one of the guests on my show is somebody who has not been in news, who's not known so much, because he's always, all his life, worked behind the scene. यानी पर्दे के पीछे से रहकर उन्होंने अपनी पूरी जिंदगी कांग्रेस को दे दी. आज वो वक्त आ गया है कि न तो पार्टी का कुछ तस्वीर साफ नजर आ रही है, न नेताओं की, न गांधी परिवार की. ऐसे में हर एक कांग्रेसी जो इस पार्टी को पिछले इतने दशकों से सर्व कर रहा हो, जो इतने साल अपनी जिंदगी के दे चुका हो, जवानी दे चुका हो, बचपन दे चुका हो और अब बुढ़ापा भी दे रहा है, वो जरूर सोचेगा कि ये पार्टी खत्म नहीं होनी चाहिए. उन्हीं में से एक शख्स वो है जो आज हमारे साथ चंद सेकंड बाद जुड़ेंगे. इज रंजी थॉमस, वन ऑफ माय वेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड, बट मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली a senior advocate and former AICC Secretary. It's not important what position was he holding. What is important is he's the man who's aware of everything. He's the man who has been heading or been part of the legal cell for years. He knows what was there in the party and what is there in the party today. So if someone who knows it all, it's Ranji Thomas, and he's my guest on the show tonight. Let me welcome Mr. Ranji Thomas, the former Secretary of the All India Congress Committee. Now I come to the next question, Ranji, which you need to answer, which is the most important. आपकी पार्टी यानी कांग्रेस पार्टी को चला कौन रहा है?
कांग्रेस पार्टी
इस वक्त कौन चला रहा है? सोनिया गांधी या राहुल गांधी? कौन चला रहा है पार्टी?
See, if you are asking, there is a question.
Okay.
Congress party definitely now is being run by the president, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, as the interim president till the elections are going to be held in the coming October.
This is on paper.
No, it de jure, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
De jure is as per legal system. That's what it is.
Yes.
As per system, she is running it.
And yes, I don't think any decision is taken in the party and announced without her signature and her information and knowledge.
Okay.
So whatever Mrs. Gandhi as the president of the party is doing is with full knowledge and understanding of the Congress president, and you cannot blame or you cannot take things that somebody else is doing something like that.
Okay, 1 minute. Oh, hang on. Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad was your leader till few days ago. He has resigned. He says two things. First, his leaving is a big blow for the party. Party will admit or not, I don't know, but it's a big blow. Because an experienced person like Ghulam Nabi Azad leaving the party, who knows how to manage it, is not a small thing. But party को शायद अंदाजा नहीं होगा. Anyway, whatever. तो उन्होंने दो चीज कही रंजी. एक तो ये कही कि ये पार्टी वर्चुअली मिस्टर राहुल गांधी चलाते हैं. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi is incompetent, non-serious, immature and childish. चार चीजें उन्होंने कही राहुल गांधी के बारे में. और ये राहुल गांधी है जिन्होंने कांग्रेस को बर्बाद कर दिया. मिसेस सोनिया गांधी का कोई रेफरेंस नहीं है. He has not said anything about Sonia Gandhi because according to him, this party is being run by Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi only. And because of his qualities, he has destroyed the party. That's point number one. Point number two, अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि नहीं सोनिया गांधी knows everything, तो उस दिन पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट कौन था जिस दिन राहुल गांधी ने, मनमोहन सिंह प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे, वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस एक चल रही थी, मिस्टर अजय माकन प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे थे प्रेस क्लब ऑफ इंडिया में, मिस्टर राहुल गांधी गए और उन्होंने ऑर्डिनेंस फाड़ दिया। क्या उस दिन वो प्रेसिडेंट थे? शायद नहीं, मिसेस गांधी प्रेसिडेंट थी। तो फिर राहुल गांधी ने किसकी इजाजत से ऐसा किया था? मिस्टर आजाद ने अपने लेटर में he has described that one incident as the most embarrassing and most damaging. So agar if Mrs. Gandhi is in control, then what was Mr. Rahul Gandhi doing on that day at the press conference? Tell me.
See, Sunil Ji, you also know that there is no saint without a past. Okay, so you cannot always think that once a mistake is committed by somebody, you will continue to do the mistake. Ghulam Nabi Azad Saab is not an ordinary congressman. He is a man of great leadership qualities, and he was once upon a time, my personal knowledge is concerned, from Indira Gandhi's time onwards, Rajiv Ji's time, V.V. Narasimha Rao Ji's time, Sitaram Kesari Ji's time, Sonia Ji's time, he was one of the unavoidable pillar of the Congress party. And not only that, he was the Youth Congress president when Sanjay Ji has taken the leadership after Ambiya Ji. Ghulam Nabi Azad Ji was the president. And the way the Congress party was won and his role in the organization, nobody can say that whatever he said is just a child's play. We have to learn from our leaders. What is the drawback of the people surrounded to Rahul Ji? Rahul Gandhi is a very wonderful person, a very efficient and energetic person, but unfortunately, he is not able to understand the mistake continuously being committed by the people surrounded with him.
So, Yani, you are saying that the coterie that Mr. Azad was referring to, there is a coterie that exists. एक कोटरी है जो राहुल गांधी के आसपास है और वही राहुल गांधी के डिसीजन मेकिंग में गड़बड़ी कर, करेक्ट?
Absolutely, Rahul Gandhi personally is a gem of a person, and there is still hope for us for Rahul Ji. But there are certain people who are surrounded, and what they have done is they have distanced every senior congressman from the party. Every
is Mr. Rahul Gandhi incompetent, non-serious, immature and childish? Is he all of this according to you?
Let us not go word by word. Let us go in, a little larger understanding what is happening in that way. See, as far as I am concerned, what I have seen, what I have learned, I also got the opportunity to organize the first program of Sri Rahul Gandhi.
Okay.
When he came to the political arena in 2003, that time in Arunachal Pradesh, Tooting. The first public program which Mr. Rahul Gandhi participated I was sent by the AICC at that point of time, and I went there to organize it. So I also have knowledge about how the party is being functioned and Rahul Gandhi's office is being functioned.
So कौन चला रहा है पार्टी को, राहुल गांधी या सोनिया गांधी?
That I already told you. It is run by Mrs. Gandhi as the president of the party.
That is, you said de jure, वो as per paper, on paper, as per rule. But practically कौन run कर रहा है?
See, you are also, the whole country is aware what is happening in this party.
What is happening? What is happening?
It is, see, whatever it may be, once Mr. Rahul Gandhi was made the Congress president, it is a crystal clear thing that Rahul Gandhi was the Congress president. So everything was given to him. And Mrs. Gandhi was only subsequently as the interim leader, interim president. When the interim means not full president. So
Correct.
what Mrs. Gandhi is also doing is that she is also listening to Mr. Rahul Gandhi's advice.
Okay.
So when
correct,
Rahul Gandhi's advice,
which is correct or wrong?
That's what it is a matter of common sense. And when Mr. Rahul Gandhi and some of the so-called leaders, self-proclaimed, democratic leaders, who think that all the old congressmen, old Congress leaders are of, no use, they are all waste for the party, and they should be thrown out and a new Congress should be formed. If that is the advice which is given to Mr. Rahul Gandhi by so-called advisors, It is for Mr. Rahul Gandhi to realize that they are wrong persons who are not only misguiding him, they are killing this organization of 150
Ranji,
years
answer
where
a
we
very
have done
simple
it.
question. Ranji, answer a very simple question. है ना? Complicated नहीं, बहुत simple है. Mr. Rahul Gandhi was made the party president, correct?
Yes.
One fine day he decided to leave. उन्होंने कहा मुझे नहीं रहना, ठीक है? और वो उठ के चले गए. उन्होंने CWC में बोला और वो उठ के चले गए. जो भी गए, I don't want to go into the background. Mr. Azad has written a lot of things. I don't want to comment on that because I was not present. You were not present. So only Mr. Azad knows. But one thing is clear and known to us is that Mr. Rahul Gandhi left the presidency. Correct? तो जब आपने प्रेसिडेंटशिप छोड़ दिया इसका मतलब आपका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. करेक्ट? तो फिर राहुल गांधी क्यों चला रहे पार्टी को? अगर उनका इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है तो आप प्रेसिडेंट थे तो आपने छोड़ दिया, और जब आपने छोड़ दिया अब आप मिसेस गांधी को आप एडवाइस कर रहे हो, ये तो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन हो गया. तो आपने छोड़ा क्यों?
Yeah, that is the main problem as on today. When if the vehicle is driven by two drivers, 100% accident will happen. In a vehicle, there can be only one driver. Now, Congress party is like that. Now, Mrs. Gandhi as the president, not only the president, Mrs. Gandhi is the mother of Mr. Rahul Gandhi also.
Okay.
So, the difficulty is that once the congressmen have supported Mr. Rahul Gandhi and wanted him to be the president and they were elected, subsequently now it is the time now. Whatever happened is happened. There is no, it is a fact that whatever difference of opinion between the old generation and new generation and the Rajiv Gandhi's team and Rahul Gandhi's team, now it is coming like Rajiv Gandhi's team versus Rahul Gandhi's team.
Okay, is that the case?
I am 100% sure that is what is happening now.
So Rajiv Gandhi's team is Sonia Gandhi's team.
That's exactly those who were with Rajiv Gandhi and with Sonia Gandhi, who given their life for this organization. Today they are found as absolutely useless people, and they have no idea about the Congress. They do not know what Congress is, and a new set of people who are specially empowered to define what the new Congress should be. So they are going for a new Congress where a greatest blessing for Mr. Narendra Modi, that as long as Congress party go like this, he is so happy that there is nothing is going to happen in any election.
So
whatever
in the party there are two factions. One is the one faction is which believes in the Mr. Sonia Gandhi's philosophy, and one faction is which believes in Mr. Rahul Gandhi's philosophy. Is that the case?
I think it is somewhere like that in between. I cannot say exactly because see, but it is evident. It is evident that.
Then tell me, Ranji, this: if Mr. Rahul Gandhi was not interested to be the president of the party and he quit, तो फिर वो पार्टी में क्या कर रहे थे? फिर answer this question. अगर आपको interest नहीं है तो फिर आप पार्टी में क्या कर रहे हैं? फिर तो Mr. Azad is correct that he is not non-serious. तो फिर क्या कर रहे हैं पार्टी?
This is a question, Mr. Sunil Ji. Lakhs of Indians are asking today. It is not 1 or 2%. It's not Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad. It is vast majority of the congressmen and non-congressmen and Congress leaders are asking this. Today, if we are honest to ourselves, let us be not dishonest to ourselves. If Mr. Rahul Gandhi want to take the leadership of the Congress party, I think he will have to make a decision that, yes, I am going to be the president. And in case if he doesn't, if he's not interested to be the president, he should say that I am not interested. Let anybody, and there should not be a neither here nor there business at all. And in my view,
that means what? That means what?
That means what? Now, for example, now elections are already decided on October 17.
Correct.
Rahul Gandhi should immediately make up his mind.
Okay.
Yes, I will lead this great organization which has given freedom to this country, and my mother and my father and my forefathers have given their whole life and organization thing to the country. Okay. So it is my bounden duty also to lead this country.
Okay.
Suppose if he decide like that, and he should take a decision and declare immediately, and not even he should do it in this week itself, and he should not further delay, because he should not allow this party to destroy in this manner.
Okay. That is option number one. And if he doesn't,
no, there again I am coming. I have not completed on that one.
Okay, carry on.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi is in the organization for the last 20 years.
Yes.
And even today, now, this is not a child's play. Running the country, people, 130 crores of people are looking forward for a alternative to Mr. Narendra Modi.
Okay.
Of course, he is doing in his own style, reversing what the Congress ideology was and what Hindu Mahasabha was doing before 1947 is being reinvented by him and the party, and they are going on. Now, the regional parties have taken their role, including Mamata Banerjee, KCR, Nitish Kumar, Kejriwal. You go to every state, there is a strong leadership developed there. Therefore, Congress party is almost eliminated from vast majority of the states. And even now, if Rahul Gandhi and the coterie behind with him, if they cannot open their eyes and see that, they are not doing any harm to them. They are doing harm to this great organization and this country. They are destroying this organization, and therefore Rahul Gandhi should get rid of them. Number one, if he want to lead this party, he should get rid of these so-called advisors who are advising them, and he should come forward and say, yes, I have committed certain mistakes. With my advisors have misguided me. Now I understand even what Ghulam Nabi Azad Sahib is saying, what Mr. Manish Tiwari is saying, what Prithviraj Chauhan Hooda is saying. See, even that type of attitude as a leader, if he come out, he will become a greatest leader, and he is a real future of this country, and he should remove all his so-called advisors behind him and take the leadership of the old and the young together and
If
come
he,
out
and if
as
he doesn't,
Congress president. And
we have understood. If he doesn't decide to fight, then what you do?
if he doesn't come to fight, then only thing is that he should not have an alternative parallel organization. According to me,
Which means what? He should not be active.
According to me, if he is not going to be Congress president, he should not have Bharat Jodo Abhiyan also. He should stop it now and there. You should allow other leaders to continue with that.
That means basically, if you either you become the president or leave it completely. That's what you're saying.
Yes. So if you are going to be the leader, we are all with you. But if you are not going to be the president, why are you going and doing this Bharat Jodo Abhiyan? What is the purpose of that? You have to leave the successors, the other leaders to galvanize the thing. Now that means that you cannot have a parallel organization running within Congress party. You have to have only one leadership, Mrs. Gandhi's leadership, or whoever may be the Congress president. The Congress president
so you are saying it should be either Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, if at all,
yes,
after the elections, or Mr. Rahul Gandhi. You cannot have one Sonia Gandhi faction and one Rahul Gandhi faction.
It cannot. It is the most unfair thing to this country, the nation, which you are doing.
So if presumably Rahul Gandhi decides to contest the election, and then you are saying that if he decides to contest the election, then he has to get rid of the coterie that is around him. Is that what you're saying?
They have created confusion. They have created wit between the old and new people. They have no knowledge about politics. They have no political acumen. They have no idea about the politics. They have no idea about what Congress is. They have destroyed the Congress to this extent and made a laughing stock of Rahul Gandhi.
Okay, so if Rahul Gandhi wants to change his perception, he has to get rid of the advisors who are there with him right now.
Yes, 100%.
And get a new team, mix of the old and the new guys. Is that
not new team? No new team. The working committee should be his team.
Okay. So
there will be immediately after Congress president election. There will be an election of all working committee.
You can take some water. You're coughing.
There will be an election of half of the 50% of the working committee will be elected in democratic manner by the Congress AICC members.
That is one scenario, that if he decides to contest, then it should be full. I have a subsequent question, but I'll come ask you that later. And if he decides not to contest, in that scenario, what are you saying? Should he be there as a member of parliament, as a leader, as somebody guiding, or there should not be any role for him, because otherwise there will be parallel powers around?
Exactly. He should be, if he is a member of parliament from Wayanad, he should be only discharging as a member of parliament from Wayanad and also as a member of the CWC. He is a member of CWC. like any other member. There are 22 members on the Congress Working Committee.
So this is a big thing you are saying. You are saying that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, if he decides not to be the president, if he decides to be the president, then it is understandable that you get rid of the old the advisors around you and let CWC be your advisor. That's what you are saying.
And he will be one among 22 CWC members, and not more than any other member is having. He cannot do anything more than that.
Okay. So if he doesn't decide to contest, then Ranji is saying, which is a big thing, then he should limit himself to the role of a member of parliament or the role of a CWC member. Beyond that, he should not try to run the party as a parallel force.
There cannot be two parallel power centers at all.
Right now, there are two power centers. One led by Mrs. Gandhi and one led by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. That's what it appears, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That is why otherwise what is the need of such a senior leaders to leave the party? You see, the last 1 year, vast majority of the senior leaders who are responsible for building up this organization are all out now. And where are you going to get? Which seat we are going to get in the next election? Which state you are going to win? Don't you have basic sense? Are you going to be a party with less than what Mamata Banerjee's party is going to get, or Mulayam Singh's party is going to get, or Nitish Kumar's party is going? You are going to see a member with 30 members in the parliament. Is that Congress party is supposed to do? Open your eyes and see the writing of the wall. You don't destroy this organization. Either take lead of the party. We are all with you together, including Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad will come back, according to me. Everyone who left the Congress party will come back if he dismantle his coterie and trust in the working committee. There is a collective wisdom and decision of the working committee has to take place. That is what the working committee is meant for, not for pick and choose somebody or other who is sitting there. Ataliya bajane wala nahi hai working committee. The working committee should people with stature, with wisdom, knowledge, commitment, sincerity, honesty, and loyalty. Don't pick up people just for Taliyam. And then they will make such statements because they have no background. They are only handpicked people from somewhere. I don't want to open my mouth on many of the aspects which I have seen. See, the frontal organizations, Congress party's frontal organizations, Youth Congress, NSUI, Sevadal, that was the real strength for the Congress party at one point of time. Today, what happened? There is no relationship with the congressmen and other people now. Everything on the website. Either Facebook Congress, WhatsApp Congress, or this Congress or that Congress, and all the elections are conducted by outsiders. How can
so you're saying the Congress doesn't exist on the ground?
How can the spirit of loyalty come to anybody in the party? Do you think that there was a time when the leader, Mrs. Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, even Sonia Ji, Sonia Gandhi was considered to be godmother by the congressmen. Even today, everybody respects her. So she should only open her mouth, eyes, and see that let Rahul take charge. But if you take charge, totally remove all his advisors, A to Z. None of them should be kept with Rahul Gandhi.
But he has, Ranji, why are we discussing? Because he repeatedly said, I'm not interested. You elect someone else.
Why I go with the answer. Then he should not lead the Bharat Jodo Abhiyan. He should not do it. He should stop now itself. He should not go. He should not sleep in the tanker or in this thing or that thing or anything. He should not go.
Basically, you're saying the impression that he gives that I am the leader, that he should stop giving the impression, because otherwise there is a total confusion.
If he loves the Congress party, if he has 1% of love towards the Congress party, respect towards the Congress party, then he should openly say, yes, I am going to be the president candidate. I will lead this party. That is what he should do. Yes, I will not shy away. I will not run away. I am not a...
Here's my question. Here's my question. You can have water if you want, because you're coughing. So if you have water, you can have it. So, but whatever you're saying is very serious. I take that. It is a very serious thing, because you have seen it all, you have known it all. So if you are saying something, I take it seriously. Rahul Gandhi ko lekar ek cheez aur kahi jati hai. Whatever we are talking about is on the presumption that Rahul Gandhi is serious, right? But it is said about Rahul Gandhi that his mind is in India, but his heart is somewhere else. So every 3 months, 4 months, he moves out of the country for 2-3 months. Suddenly, one Lok Sabha elections over, he goes, makes a statement before the press saying that, okay, we did not do our job well, we accept it with humility, and then 3 months he is gone abroad. Where he goes, only God knows. So if he is serious, his uh, words and actions do not match, because if a person is serious, why will there be impression within the party that Rahul Gandhi is not clear? We are not clear where Rahul Gandhi is. Is his mind in India, but his soul is somewhere else? Is that the case? फिर कैसे आप expect करेंगे कि he will become serious?
See, I would like you and everybody else, no, don't interfere in one's own personal life.
No,
It
this is
is
not. This is not a
no,
personal life.
no, I don't agree with you in that aspect,
No,
because
this is not personal life. I'm saying anyone being a top leader of a political party. I'm not talking about at all about his personal life. I'm just saying that a person who is heading the Congress party at some point in time decides to leave for whatever reason, but he's still a big leader in the party. But if his soul is not in India, because a lot of people say that his soul is not in India, he seems to be not serious. So if he's in India for 6 months and he's abroad 6 months, then how do you expect him to be serious? Explain that.
see,
That's what I mean.
that is why I said, see, it is the freedom of an individual to go abroad or have a relaxed time, because if you are actively participating in an election or busy schedule, you need some rest. And okay, 1 week, 2 week, yes, one person should definitely take rest or go. You cannot compare with Mr. Narendra Modi. He's a man of such an energy that 24 hours into 7 into 365 days he's working.
Now
So
answer this from a
you
Congress leader, from a Congress worker perspective. You are a Congressman. ऐसे ही पूरे देश में वर्कर हैं कांग्रेस के. अगर उनका नेता जो उनको कहता है कि मैं लीड कर रहा हूं पार्टी, अगर वो जाएगा ही नहीं बिहार, अगर जाओगे नहीं आप मधुबनी, आप जाओगे नहीं दरभंगा, आप जाओगे नहीं केरला के एक छोटे से जगह पर, जितना जहां आपको वायनाड के अलावा कहीं आप जाओगे नहीं, आप एमपी में आप सतना नहीं जाओगे, आप पन्ना नहीं जाओगे, आप जबलपुर नहीं जाओगे, पंजाब में आप होशियारपुर नहीं जाओगे, लखनऊ जाओगे लेकिन बाराबंकी नहीं जाओगे. तो अगर लीडर किसी पार्टी का इतना बड़ा, अगर वो स्टेट टूर ही नहीं करेगा, कंट्री टूर ही नहीं करेगा, तो फिर लोग कैसे फॉलोअर्स बनेंगे? और टूर करने के लिए टाइम चाहिए. अगर आप पूरे साल देश में नहीं है और पूरा जिंदगी आप उस पर नहीं लगा रहे हैं, तो फिर कैसे नहीं आपका बीच में कंफ्यूजन होगा? कैसे लोग आपको सीरियसली लेंगे या नॉन सीरियस नहीं समझेंगे? एक्सप्लेन दैट ना.
देखिए ना, मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया है, इफ राहुल जी वांट्स टू continue in political activities and lead the Congress party, he should accept the presidency. And if he is not accepting, he should withdraw from active leadership, either to be just limit himself as a member of parliament or a working committee and nothing more than that. And he should not disturb the political system in this manner, which will absolutely spoil the Congress party forever and ever and ever.
The next president, it is being said, ये भी माना जा रहा है, Ranjit, the next president whoever comes will be a puppet. Why? Because Rahul Gandhi will have the remote control, and whoever comes becomes a puppet in his hand. Is that what the elections are meant for? There are a lot of people talking about it.
Sunil Ji, I have made it very clear to you. Rahul Ji, if he won't become the president, he should straight away come forward. Yes, I am going to be the president. I am contesting. Nobody will contest against him, I am telling you. But he have to change his coterie, and none of his present advisors should continue with him. In that case, he should not contest also. And in case if he is contesting, he will be working committee should be his advisors, and he should select such a great working committee with the understanding and political acumen, honesty and sincerity, and depend on them, not on these so-called people.
Okay, Ranji, supposedly, there's a name that is coming for the president post. I'm just presuming, okay? And this is just a hypothetical situation. Mr. Ashok Gehlot becomes the president, hypothetical. Yeah? I'm just saying hypothetical. A lot of discussion going on his name. So, Mr. Ashok Gehlot becomes the president. You think it is independent. He will not be influenced by anyone. Tomorrow, 2 months down the line, he does exactly what the Gandhi family wants, or whatever the 10 Janpath or Rahul Gandhi wants. Then where are you then? Election appears to be independent, but post-election, it's being controlled. Then how do you deal with that?
See, I have my personal view. If I am permitted to express my view in that manner, I have seen Mr. Ashok Gehlot for last 25, 30 years. He is a man of great understanding, political acumen, knowledge, and what do you call that, articulation. And he is a man of great wisdom, and once if he is given the responsibility, nobody should disturb him. He should be permitted to work independently. As the president, what Mrs. Sonia Gandhi's power is, that has to go to Ashok Gehlot. No interference in between.
But will he be permitted to work independently? That's the question.
No, that's what I'm saying. If suppose if Mr. Rahul Gandhi is not interested to be the president, he should stop his leadership parallel activities immediately.
Okay.
Number two, in my personal view, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi should continue to be the president now if he is not willing, and she is not in a position of because of her health and other reasons.
There are health concerns.
So in that issue, Mrs. Gandhi can appoint a working president.
That will be the most acceptable thing for the party.
Yes, you may go back to Mrs. Indira Gandhi's time.
But then what is the guarantee that she will still not listen to her son?
No, sir, let me express what my heart says. I am not on, I am a very straightforward man, and I understand what Congress Party's principle is, ideology is, and how Congress Party was run for 30, 35 years. I am personally aware of it. Kamalapati Tripathi ji was made working committee president, the working president of the party. Mrs. Indira Gandhi, in my childhood, I came to political activities when I was 10 year to 12-year-old. I have seen two leaders in national level, Mrs. Indira Gandhi and K. Karunakaran in Kerala.
Okay.
And there are they are the real leaders. If I can call somebody a leader, I always, I could not control myself crying for 24 hours when Mrs. Gandhi was assassinated. That was the bond of the ordinary citizen of this country with Mrs. Indira Gandhi, which we had. Similarly, Rajiv Gandhi, he has gone to the deep inside the heart of every congressman and non-congressman. But today, Sonia Gandhi also in the same position. She was considered as a godmother by every congressman.
If Ranji, if Rahul Gandhi is not interested and if he is not a choice and there is so much of love for the Gandhi family, why can't Priyanka Gandhi be the option?
That is what I am coming to, which we have got interrupted in between. You have taken the name of Mr. Ashok Gehlot. I told you there is no doubt about his political acumen and capacity and leadership qualities if he is elected, since you asked me that question. But in my view, because he is the chief minister of Rajasthan, at this is not the time when he can leave the chief ministership and come here also. But ultimately, if the party wants, he will come. That's a different issue. Correct. But at this time, my considered view is that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi should continue if Rahul Gandhi is unwilling.
Okay.
First choice is Rahul Gandhi, but he should declare, yes, I'm going to be there, and no to parallel center, no. Yes or no. If you are contesting, yes, contest it, we are all with you. If you are not contesting, please give a way for other people. Don't disturb others. Don't destroy this party. Don't have parallel center. You have no business to do that. You take over, either leadership or get out of that thing. And leadership, you be a normal member and remain as a working committee member or a member of parliament, not more than that. In that case, Mrs. Gandhi should accept the next presidentship also, and she may appoint a working president and also the working committee with people with wisdom, knowledge and understanding and Congress ideology. And none of Rahul Gandhi's advisors should be taken in that working committee at all. Either elected, not nominated. They should be kept out totally. If they want to destroy the Congress, yes, take them. Otherwise, throw them out. They are the real culprits of this country and Congress party. I don't want to name a single person from that. Everybody knows who are all those persons. Rahul Gandhi, if he has heart, if he has love for the Congress, he should come out of their clutches. They have ruined Rahul Gandhi. They have made Rahul Gandhi a laughing stock. Even now, Rahul Gandhi cannot realize it, who has done harm to him. And harm. It is not Ghulam Nabi Azad who has done harm to Rahul Gandhi. And they are calling Ghulam Nabi Azad a traitor. They are calling Ghulam Nabi Azad is in BJP's pocket. Shame of them. Ghulam Nabi Azad is a man. I am not a supporter of Ghulam Nabi Azad, or I am never a person who fascinated to be with him. But I know his service to the party. Don't speak and defame leaders like this. It is not that Prithviraj Chauhan, Bhupendra Singh Hooda, you are talking.
Why only Ghulam Nabi Azad? Mr. Kapil Sibal's house was also targeted.
That's what I'm telling. Yesterday, Mr. Bhupendra Hooda and Prithviraj Chauhan, Manish Tiwari met Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad.
That's right.
These so-called underdeveloped persons are blaming them. Why they? Is it a wrong thing meeting another political leader, even though they were together for so many years? Are you not ashamed of saying that meeting Ghulam Nabi Azad, you should dismiss him from the party? What is happening to your head? Are you in common sense? Are you destroying this party? How can you ask disciplinary action against?
What you are saying is extremely serious. Why, Ranji? I will explain. How many leaders have left the Congress party? I'm talking about the leaders. There are 222 MPs and MLAs who have resigned since 2014 and 2021. 7 years, 222 MP / MLAs have quit the party. The leaders who have quit the party, as you are mentioning, and they have quit because you are blaming them constantly. Even now they are blaming. A lot of people will leave even now. Jyotiraditya Scindia, Himant Biswa Sarma. Himant Biswa Sarma is the Chief Minister. Jyotiraditya Scindia now is the Cabinet Minister. Captain Amrinder Singh, he is also left. Kapil Sibal, Jiten Prasada, RPN Singh, Jaivir Shergill, Hardik Patel, Sushmita Dev, Sunil Jha, Ashwini Kumar, Luciano Valerio, N. Biren Singh, Prema Khandu, Govind Das Konthojam, if I'm pronouncing it right, PC Chako, Aditi Singh, Ravi S. Nayak, Kishore Upadhyay, Komati Reddy, Rajgopal Reddy. Now these are the people who have already left. Those who are unhappy, Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari, Bhupen Singh Hooda, Dipendra Hooda, Sachin Pilot. There's a huge list of the people who are unhappy with you and you are still provoking them to leave. So I don't get this whole thing. What you're saying, I understand where it is coming from.
That is what I was telling. None of these leaders are humiliated by Mrs. Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi. But they are humiliated by the coterie with Rahul Gandhi, and they have defamed him for the commitment and dedication they have done to the Congress party. You have defamed him and thrown what way you are misbehaved with them. Don't you have basic understanding of a political thing? And even a political opposition leader, or you have another political party leader, you cannot misbehave like this. And you are misbehaved with every strong congressman who is a loyal congressman. Who is loyal to Mrs. Gandhi? You tell me. These leaders whom Mr. Rahul Gandhi's coterie has brought, I can personally tell you 5 or 10 of them. They have brought them all of a sudden, and they are the first people who leave Rahul Gandhi and go. Don't you understand from your brain what is happening? And who is selecting them? Not Rahul Gandhi. It is the coterie sitting there. They are personally monitoring and taking because of their interest. Their interest is only their personal interest and destroy Congress party and Rahul Gandhi.
Are you trying to say that someone is designing it somewhere sitting outside and they are maybe using these people to wrongly advise Rahul Gandhi? Is that what is happening?
No, I cannot say. It is for those who are advising. They should say that who is behind them. There is a
is there any design to actually deliberately weaken Rahul Gandhi?
I can tell you one thing. There is a sinister movement to destroy Congress party.
Okay.
And there is a sinister movement to dissolve Congress party. And they are making Rahul Gandhi's advices as the main tool for that.
So Congress Mukt Bharat was the slogan. Is there is an effort to actually ensure Congress complete elimination from this system?
It is not Mr. Narendra Modi is doing.
Congress, no, I'm not naming anyone. I'm just saying
Narendra Modi can never destroy Congress, but people around Rahul Gandhi can definitely do that. Which was there in 1905.
Basically, you are saying that if Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi cannot take responsibility or pull it off, leave it to the CWC. Let them sit down and decide who the next leader will be.
You cannot, as per party constitution, you cannot leave it to the CWC. It would have an interim arrangement.
I mean one of the leaders from the CWC. That's what I mean.
Now, first thing is Mrs. Gandhi should call every Congress leader, senior leader to the and discuss with them. Number one, immediately within this week itself, if she wants to save this party, and thereafter decide the modalities of whether unanimously or active or not. they should explain that to the leaders. Who are they going to explain if they are not explaining to the leaders?
Ranji, you're repeatedly saying save the party, save the party. Is the situation so serious in the party that you really fear that party will be over?
Yes, it will be over. If Mrs. Gandhi don't act now, party is over. That is why I am suggesting on my own. See, I have no vested interest. I have only interest is I don't want this party to be destroyed. Therefore, the best solution is that Mrs. Gandhi call all senior leaders. Now, of course, she cannot call Ghulam Nabi Azad that anyway. She has already is going to, and at a later stage, he can call him back. It's another point. Call everybody else, senior leaders who are there, general secretaries, CWC members, chief ministers for these last 20 years. When after Mrs. Gandhi became 2000, from Sitaram Kesi's time onwards, call all of them back. Call a meeting, ask them, we are all in a wrong direction. Let us sort it out. Let us sort it out forever. So let us bring the party together. Let us give the solution. What is, and never call Rahul Gandhi's people in that. Throw them out. Don't call even one person from that. Don't call A, B, C, D. I'm not taking name. Please throw away them. None of them should be called in that meeting. Only Congress leaders should be called. None of them are Congress leaders. Okay. If you take their history, see what Congress they are having.
Yeah, obviously they are not political leaders, neither they are political workers. They are obviously, they come from some background here or there. They are not known Congresses.
The only option is King Solomon's thing. Don't allow this baby to die. Call these people, discuss with them, find a via media, and sort out the issue. And if Rahul Gandhi wants, yes, otherwise, please leave it. Don't hang on again. And make Mrs. Gandhi and call Ashok Gehlot or Kamal Nath or Mallikarjun Kharge or Mughal Wasnik, make them working president and continue.
Okay.
And then elect the working committee. No bogus. Immediately the delegates list should be published in 24 hours time.
Okay.
Madhusudan Mistry, he should otherwise resign from the chairmanship. If he cannot do it, he should resign as the election authority chairman. If he doesn't know basic thing of a democracy, why should he remain as election authority? Who is having faith in him? Don't do that. Don't kill democracy.
I understand the pain. I understand the pain that you are having for the party, because party seems to be in serious trouble. I never knew that actually the situation is so pretty bad. But after listening to you, Ranji, I just wish that whatever you are praying, whatever you are suggesting, whatever you are thinking comes out to be true, because this party, there always a need for a strong opposition to keep a check and balance. This government, this BJP government doesn't have a opposition to protest. If you do not have opposition to protest, then the government takes it for granted, and that's exactly what is happening. Democracy is made of a ruling party and opposition. Unfortunately, this country, because of the way Congress party has evolved in last 10 years at least, there seems to be a complete lack of space as far as the opposition is concerned. So I understand your pain, and it's a very logical point that save the party, revive the party, or else it's all done and dusted.
I say from 2011 onwards, the downfall started. You have to retrospectively go back before 2010.
2011 is when Rahul Gandhi came and took charge. Is that?
Yeah, he has removed every congressman who is, as a blind, like throwing away to the sea. All are whatever their contribution. What does he know about the contribution of any congressman in this party? They have given their life. What have you done to the party? Have you done anything for the party except suddenly becoming a leader of the party? Every congressman, they have hurt them, insulted them, thrown them away. There cannot, if it is Gandhi family, except Gandhi family, if anybody else was there, this party would have thrown them out long back, and some other good leadership would have come. But only because of the respect to the Gandhi family, people are keeping quiet. But that is the vanishing point is come now. Even Mrs. Gandhi, if she is not going to act, the respect of Mrs. Gandhi will also be lost. She should not allow that to happen. That's all.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ranji. Thanks a lot for giving so much of time and speaking so bluntly and frankly, because it is time that people like you should speak up, and good that you're talking, because if anything good can happen out of this, the credit will go to people like you, because you people are the one who
we are not there to take credit. We are there to sacrifice.
No,
We
it's
are
not
there
about
to give
credit
our
in
life.
that sense.
That's
Not credit in that sense. But if party survives, obviously, this is the
party
contribution
has
you are going to make.
party Sunilji, party has to survive. India in Congress is the real breath of India, the oxygen of India. Now the Congress is thrown out, and the way because of our own fault we are at dock. Otherwise,
No.
Congress party would not have been in this situation.
Okay.
Only
Okay.
the leadership is responsible. Nobody, no worker is responsible. The high command and the leadership is the only responsible for the whole thing. Nobody else.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Ranjit. Thanks a lot for being with me and
Thank
giving and sharing so much of time and your thoughts. I wish and hope that I call you again very soon, because the elections are in October next month, and a lot will happen. So maybe we will talk much more frequently. And please do continue the way you are continuing right now, because your words will matter like others' words are mattering. Because party has to correct, then it can be corrected only by people like you. Thanks a lot for connecting. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity once again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All my pleasure. Thanks a lot.